Welcome to Knowing Who You Are. Finally, well, it took us some time.
We're blaming it on Halloween.
Yeah, technical
Something.
glitches every now and then. There is something that would stop you or stop us from coming live on time, but we'll make it.
Yes.
Definitely. It's a work in progress, and it's just 25 minutes late.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Card. I'm doing
okay, Nate. What is it?
Nothing, it's fine. I just saw something, but maybe it was just a ghost going
Yeah.
by the screen, I think.
Because everyone who's watching you now, and they can see
Yes.
everything and they can hear you. So if you'd like to say something to them.
Not really, thank you. You're the host of the
Okay,
show.
thank you.
I'm the one that makes the noise and
No, I mean, let me introduce everyone. I mean, whoever is watching now. For the timing, I can see there's only one person who's watching, but definitely it will pick up.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a great live show last Monday. People who were joining us, and it was a huge thing for us in a sense that the idea of knowing who you are is that we help ourselves and we help each other. And also through the platform, we'd like to invite people who are experts in their particular field. And we discuss about topics of personal growth, personal development, and also the struggles that we face on our day-to-day lives and the kind of solutions they can provide you. And a lot of different aspects of our lives they can shed light on. So last week we had discussed about a lot of issues that we face every now and then. And to start with, I have Esther with me. If anyone has any confusion, although they don't remember who she is, and what Esther was saying as well, that this is what we needed. Anyway, we have 5 people already watching. Yeah.
I forgot we were on air.
Yeah, exactly.
I tend to forget we are on air pretty much 5 minutes after everything, so apologies.
Yeah, it's fine.
But thank you all for voting me back on the show. There was a question whether I was going to come back because I was messing around so much last week.
I'll run another vote tonight as well.
Oh, God.
Okay,
anyway.
So Esther is here today, and last night we had Halloween.
Yeah, it was Halloween.
Yeah.
Very interesting about Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I actually looked it up what it means because we went around London in different places and we saw all sorts of kind of scary looking characters. I know that my nieces and nephews have been dressing up doing trick or treat. They all look like angels and Batman, and which is really nice. And,
yeah, I like that.
But yeah, oh God, that was us.
So you can see
that
what
was
he's
me
talking
with the
about.
cat, and that was us on the Tower of London last night. That's me, Mo, and Neha. That was really nice.
Yeah, how are you, Tanvir Bhai and Esther, Ariful Haq? Yeah, we are doing great.
Lovely. Anyway, so I looked up the history of Halloween, which was amazing actually, because it's over 2,000 years old, and the tradition came about when it was before All Saints Day, and it was basically people would put fires up everywhere, and that would ward off the evil spirits, and it would allow the saints and angels to come in, which would then give a good harvest. So it's quite amazing how it's progressed from this to people walking around like zombies in London.
If anyone feels like I'm ignoring Esther, I'm not.
Oh no, I'm used to it when he's doing his technical thing, but I thought it was an interesting point,
Which one?
The Halloween bit. Because I explained earlier the difference between Halloween 2,000 years ago and Halloween right now.
Yeah, everything over time, things keep on changing, and how we start things, it never stay the same. And that's how everything evolves, I guess, over time, like language.
Yeah.
And lifestyle, traditions, fashion, everything. Yeah. Well, by the way, we have Samar Borough who's watching from Chittagong. Nice to see you both in one frame.
Hi, Samar.
Yeah, and Simon Ahmed, hello, Bhaiya. We are good. I'm trying to keep it down, so every now and then I don't keep on looking up.
There we go. Oh, wow, my cousin's there. Bonjour, Marie. Marie, Lily Rose she's my cousin. Nice to have you. You get to see us, but you don't get to see me. But we don't get to see you. But she's my cousin. She's in Belgium, and she's married to my cousin Charlie. And it's nice. She's on the show.
Yeah, great.
Awesome.
I am really happy. I'm trying to get to grips with things, technology and things, how things are happening at the moment. I'm trying my best. We'll be there.
Yeah,
I can get there.
So tell me, when you have a problem like this, and you're in the middle of a show, and technical difficulties show up, how do you? Because you're always asking other people, how do you overcome stress? Like, what do you do in such a stressful situation? What's the first thing that goes through your mind?
I keep a straight face.
You do, huh?
I keep a straight face and pretend that nothing has happened. Thank you. Water. Mm. Big hug to you as well, Mary. Mary Lily
Merci.
Rose.
That's
So
nice.
people who are joining now, I can see quite a lot of people joining,
Yeah,
and I
nice.
understand you probably. Time to get serious again.
Sorry.
So
That's your
no,
job.
it's fine. No
Your
problem.
job to
I was
get
just joking.
serious. I'm not.
So people who are joining mostly, I think, from Facebook at the moment,
Yeah.
but it's live on YouTube as well. We have a channel. It's Knowing Who You Are. You can find us there. You can subscribe. It really helps in terms of, because we are bringing a lot of new shows there, interviews, and what we talk about, this monthly, weekly live stream we do, and everything we discuss about, you'll find quite important information that's been provided already through those interviews that we put on YouTube on that channel, Knowing Who You Are. So I would like to urge everyone or request everyone to subscribe so you can add your comments and any observation you have, any suggestions you have, you can add to that. As I was saying, last night we have had quite an adventure, and people, if there's anyone from East London, we have been to East London last night.
We saw you.
And there are a few things I can show.
Oh,
Let's see what I have here.
Oh yeah,
see
that was
this
in the Tower
one?
of London.
Yeah,
Us wearing masks.
that's Tower of London last night. And from there, and we have three of the ghosts, as you can spirit. And then we have this one as well.
Oh God. Halloween.
Okay, and
Oh
Bangla.
yes. Oh, this is
So
great.
this is a lovely thing that's been done in East London at the moment. Idea Library, where they have this, as you can see, and that's near Brick Lane. And that's where we were last night.
It says Bangla in the back,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
it's
In Bangla.
amazing.
Yeah, very
And
nice.
I think we have, and
we had a great,
that's all of us last night.
Yeah, that's Mimo and Neha. We had a great dinner there. Also, we had lovely Bangladeshi food.
Yeah.
Wonderful restaurant, and so yeah, that's how we celebrated Halloween.
So we will get into the topic very soon.
Yes.
We are trying to get people together so we can start talking about the things that we want to talk about.
Oh, we have quite a few already now.
Yeah.
Nice.
And that's the number to call. By the way, people, first of all, I would like to send my condolences to one of my friends, Bilal. He joined us last week. So it's a very sad story and very sad news for us, because one of the things that is very prevalent in Bangladesh, which is road accidents. And unfortunately, it was probably around 3:30 in the afternoon today, Bangladesh time. He lost his father to a road accident. So he is a commissioner there in Lalkan Bajar ward, and he had discussed about a lot of important issues, and he really, some of the problems we are having with the current generation who are growing up, and including his own children, the problems they're facing, we're discussing about those. And he had quite an important thing, quite a lot of things that he discussed about. And unfortunately, just 1 week down, today I just came to know about this one. And I don't know, I'm definitely sure Bilal is not watching. This is not the time for the family. But they'll definitely pull through, I'm sure. And they will be, I mean, our heart goes out to you, and we are thinking about you all. And wish you all that you can pull through.
Yeah, and that you have the
irreparable
support,
loss.
and hopefully they have people around them, friends and family around them that can be there for them. But we are here for you as well, and we just wanted to mention this as a first thing in the show, because you were on the show with us last week and gave very good input, actually, very nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, we are here for you.
So
also.
my friends joined, and it was a festival of all Chittagonians. But today we would like people to join from all over the world. Well, I think
this is happening.
I mean, if she wants, Mary Lily Rose, she can call us too. And you can call us through WhatsApp if you like. Anyone who's calling not from England, from any part of the world, all you have to do, dial 0044, then 7308192908. And you can call us through WhatsApp. But if you're in England, then it's direct number 0730819298.
We've got the phone right there, and we will pick it up and speak to you.
Yeah, we'll just pick it up like this and talk to you now.
AirPods.
Yeah. So we can talk about that, and especially when she started asking me about stress. Like when it can happen many times. And first of all, stress do happens. There are a lot of other issues relating to stress as well. Say, for example, what I wanted to talk about today is negative voices. So negative voices, in a sense, it's not people around you. Well, definitely there are a lot of people around you that they can create the environment of negativity around you. But we have a lot of negative voices inside us. And we grew up with those from our childhood, people we have grown around, and we have them around us when we are growing up. So someone who could be stressing at every small detail, and every day you just wake up and you see that person during breakfast, probably, or probably at school. It could be one of your teachers, one of your classmates. And the thing they do around you, that can build that stress, and always they put that doubt in your mind that whether you should do that, whether you shouldn't do that. So did you have anyone like that growing up, or any influences you can think about that really stressed you out, and you carried that negativity around you even when you had grown up?
Yeah, for sure. When I was in the ballet academy, I had a ballet teacher who was, she was very, well, she was, you could see that she had been once upon a time a fantastic ballerina, and she wasn't anymore, I think because she had a physical condition that made it impossible for her to dance anymore, and she became a teacher. And she still had this poise of what used to be the ballerina she was, but at the same time this loss and this pain, and it seemed like no one was up to her level, no one was good enough, and we were like 12, 13 years old, and this is the academy, so we're talking about, you know, 5 hours every day, hardcore. It was the proper education, but it was like, you're too fat, you're too fat, you're too fat, and you thinking like, I'm a 12-year-old and I'm really not fat, you know. Now, okay, I could have probably ate a little bit less Mars bars. But at the point is also, what is the point in saying that to someone? How about sitting down with them? Look, you know, if you're at this weight, you're not going to be able to make this. You won't be able to stay. What is it that you're running into? And she would have probably found that I wasn't taking enough vitamin C, which is why I had sugar cravings. So I was eating Mars bars between all the lessons or whatever, right? So, and her stress of having to be perfect, somehow the world was going to end if I wasn't perfect in the end of it. And I remember once she actually said, no, you're never going to be like Grace Kelly. And I thought, you know what? She's actually right. I actually won't. So I'm going to stop actually making this a problem. And my mom and dad were amazing. They always
didn't feel like doing any carry on with the ballet.
I mean, no, I absolutely thought that, you know, I realized at some point that I was not actually built to be a classical ballerina. I'm just not. I'm way too tall, first of all. But that wasn't really the direction I wanted to go in. But there was this like, you're not good enough, you're not good enough, you're not good enough. And if you keep being told that, well, then eventually you start believing that. And
you're not good enough.
Yeah, and I really thought I was not good enough, but it generalized into I wasn't good enough for anything. And then I moved to England, completely different change of career, and found that I actually am really, really good. And
then did that carry forward in other spheres of life? Say, for example, your career?
Not after that point. Not after that point, because
But what helped you? I mean, how did you come out of that or dismiss that negative voice in your head?
Interestingly enough, the fact when I actually left the school for a while for a break because I had an injury at the time. And I just sort of re-evaluated the situation and looked at, okay, good, I'm not good enough. So why, like, am I not good enough really? Or am I just really, like, am I smoking a pipe dream here that I'm actually going to be a classical ballerina? And I just evaluated the data. I spoke to my mom and dad a lot. And when I actually sort of came out of that, I thought, you know, it's not that I'm not good enough, but I don't have the physique to do this. It's like having a person who's got one leg who wants to be a ballerina, and everyone, see, if you tell a person with one leg you're going to be a ballerina, you're going to give that person a loss. And the truth is, I physically wasn't able to do that. But it wasn't.
There's no problem with you as a human being, as a person, as an individual. But it was just the shape. It has to be in a particular way.
You have to be a certain height, a certain weight, and with my structure, I was never going to be able to be that.
But again, never say never. I think there are many people sometimes. Many of the obstacles that works for their advantage. By the way, we have Anup Kepal.
Nice.
Hi, he says hi.
Hello.
Yeah, hi, Anup. So today we are discussing about what I was saying, what Esther was saying. She was sharing a story with me. So আমি আজকে যে কথাটা নিয়ে কথা বলবো সবার সাথে সেটা হচ্ছে যে আমাদের মাথার মধ্যে কিছু ভয়েস থাকে, কিছু কণ্ঠ আমরা শুনতে পাই যেগুলো আমাকে বলে যে এটা করো না, যে কোনো একটা ডিসিশন আমরা যখন নিতে যাই, আমরা যখন মনে করি কোনো একটা ক্যারিয়ার চয়েস, সে ফর এক্সাম্পল, অথবা ইভেন আ চয়েস অ্যাট ওয়ার্ক, ইয়োর প্রফেশনাল ক্যাপাসিটি, হোয়াট ইউ ওয়ান্ট টু স্টাডি, যখন এই ধরনের কোনো সিচুয়েশন আসে জীবনে, তখন আমাদেরকে কেউ বলতে হয় না, নিজ থেকে আমরা ভিতরে কতগুলি কণ্ঠস্বর শুনতে পাই যারা আমাদেরকে বলে যে এটা করা ঠিক হবে না, দেখো সবাই কিন্তু করছে না, তুমি করলে তাহলে তোমারও ভালো হবে না, কেন বাকিরা করছে না, নিশ্চয়ই এটা ভালো না সেজন্য তারা করছে না। কিন্তু পৃথিবীতে কিছু কিছু মানুষ যারা এই নিয়মের বাইরে গিয়ে নতুন কিছু করার চেষ্টা করে, এবং যারা এই কথাগুলো শুনে না, যে কণ্ঠস্বরগুলোকে অগ্রাহ্য করে সামনে এগিয়ে যায়, তারাই কিন্তু ইউনিক কিছু একটা হয়। I mean, there are some certain people who don't listen to these voices and they think that, okay, whatever happens, I'm gonna go forward.
And that's admirable. And I have to say, you know, if you look at me, if I had really just ignored it and gone, no, I am good enough, I would have been probably a great modern dancer, or a great other kind of dancer. But the truth was that it wasn't really in my heart to do that path anyway. So for me, I just saw it as a sign. As
No, I mean, I remember the first time I had started taking driving lessons in England. Problem was that I had someone from AA.
Yeah.
And he's supposed to be a trained instructor, right?
Yeah.
And he should have all the kind of skills as a teacher, as an instructor, that who can guide you through it.
Yeah.
And when I started taking my lessons, this person would always be like, oh my God, what are you doing? Oh my God, now stop. Oh, you have done it again. Oh, how many times I have to tell you?
Playing a video game. Oh my
I
God.
mean, I would literally feel that I have a temperature every time there's a lesson booked.
Oh no.
And I would be so nervous that I have a lesson with this person.
Oh, you poor soul.
Yeah, I mean, and I kept on failing over and over again.
Shame on you, Mr. Driver Teacher.
And every time I would go for a test, he would be sometimes at the back seat, or he would be waiting. Oh my God. Every time I would come back failing, and his face, it's almost as if I'm facing either my teacher or my father or someone. My father wasn't never like this, but
yeah,
it's like someone in your family, authoritative. So that was one of the things that I felt, that anything, if someone can give you that positive vibe,
yeah,
and it's good to make mistake, it's good to make or go through your failures, because that's part of the process. And unless you have done that, you won't have that experience.
You do that very well, actually. Esther, that was great. Now, may I suggest, when we do this again, now, you don't burn the cheesecake.
I used to do that because, by the way, people who are watching, anyone who's from Bangladesh as well, I mean, good news is that Esther can really cook nice Bangladeshi tea, Bangladeshi আমরা যেভাবে চা খাই, ও এখন সেগুলো বানাতে পারে। বিকজ আমরা বাংলাদেশে ছিলাম কিছুদিন আগে, জুন জুলাইতে, সো দ্যাট ওয়াজ ফর 2 months নিয়ারলি 50 days. তো তখন আমরা সকালবেলায় উঠে সকালে চা খেতাম। তো এখানে আমরা যেভাবে চা খাই সেটার সাথে অনেকটা একরকম না। সেখানে বাংলাদেশে আমরা যারা চা খেতে অভ্যস্ত, আমরা জানি যে ব্যাপারটা মানে অনেক অনেক বেশি টেস্টি আমার কাছে। I'm not a tea drinker, but I really enjoy tea in Bangladesh. So she happened to like it so much, she said, I'm going to learn it. And she learned it from the domestic helps we had in Bangladesh, and she nailed it. And in the meantime, even before having our trip to Bangladesh, she had started learning how to cook. তো তখন ও যখন রান্না শুরু করছে, একই জিনিস, I mean, there had been, when someone is a learner, they can make mistakes. Even though I am glad to say you didn't really make drastic mistakes or anything, just simple things, tweaks here and there.
You always be like, maybe a little bit more cardamom, but it's really nice, or a little bit more, you know, blah blah.
Yeah, that's the thing. First of all, you thank someone for their effort.
Well, you're a good teacher, though.
No,
you gave me exact instructions. I wrote down everything.
No, I mean, I feel it's the other way around. I mean, every teacher should also have that lesson on patience, understanding, and be compassionate towards a learner. Because Esther has been my swimming teacher, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
So I've been learning swimming from her, and she's a very good swimmer. So that's one of the things. I mean, most patient teacher I have had. I'm in water. I had my own personal issues. I used to be scared of water, a lot of things. But funnily enough, the fun part was that for me, I could go underwater. I can go underwater and see things, and I enjoy that. But above water, when I'm trying to float, I struggled. But she had been very, so I have to say you're a very good teacher yourself. And
thank you.
It's a very important thing to be an understanding person, a good listener too, which she is. তো আমার কাছে মনে হয় যখন আমরা এমন কিছু মানুষের আশেপাশে বেড়ে উঠি যারা খুব অল্পতেই নার্ভাস হয়ে যান, যে দেখা গেল ইলেকট্রিক বিল, ও মাই গড, the electric bill, did you see the electric bill this month, and things like that. So when you see people like that, you're always like you're walking on eggshells.
Yeah.
So you're always nervous, you're always on edge. So I think this is one of the problems. But also for negative voices, there's another problem, is that we always see ourselves, because that's how we grow up. And every time we see ourselves as the person defeated, যে আমরা সেই মানুষটা যারা পরাজিত। তো one of the ways of overcoming that, probably to create a story in your head. Say for example, if you had the problem with your ballet teacher, then during that time she had said that you are too tall, you're a bit you're I'm trying to make it
Fat.
Okay, fat, okay, you're chubby. So at the time you were, I mean, at the age of 12,
I actually wasn't.
You weren't.
I was not. No.
So, but the funny thing, that's how she said that. But if you had that story in your head, or someone helped you with that, probably you didn't share with anyone. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I spoke to my mom, and my mom was very much like, okay, I understand. Let's just do blah. And she just got my attention back off of it again.
No, that's the thing. I mean, if we had the story at the time during our head.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Someone said that I'm a little overweight for ballet and I'm a bit taller.
Yeah.
But I see myself still doing it. I'm performing on stage. So when you have that, because our mind, our subconscious minds keep on recording all the voices that we have heard throughout our lives.
Yeah, for sure.
Everything is there.
Yeah.
So sometimes we don't even remember many people.
No,
but
and I was lucky to have a counterbalance of positivity constantly in
from
my life,
your family.
from my family. Because if I was in another country and I was studying, let's say I'm from Russia, I come to Holland, or let's say I go to Russia, and I'm by myself, you don't have that. You just sort of soak it up. And I think that's why talking about your worries, however silly they sound, is the best solution.
Very good point. Talking about your worries and the struggles. And so, question for you,
so
whoever is watching, here we are, knowing who
Let's
you are.
Talk. We're talking.
So, যারা এখন অনুষ্ঠান দেখছেন, if you're watching from any part of the world, for people who are watching from Bangladesh, I'll speak a little bit of Bangla and say if Esther had spoken in Dutch, which I didn't understand, so it might happen for the audience who are from other part of the world. If you speak English or if you speak any other language, it could be Dutch as well, like Maria's there. So
she speaks French.
She speaks French.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Or not Dutch.
No, she speaks English though.
Okay, that's great. But if I'm speaking Bangla.
Yeah, that would be.
So it's also for people from Bangladesh, যারা বাংলাদেশ থেকে দেখছেন তাদের জন্য, যে আমরা আজকে কথা বলছি আমাদের ভেতরে, আমাদের মাথার ভেতরে একটা নেগেটিভ ভয়েস সবসময় কাজ করে, যে আমাদেরকে সবসময় বলে যে এটা করো না, বা এটা করলে তুমি পারবে না, এটা তোমার জন্য না, এটা অন্য মানুষ পেরেছে বলে তুমি পারবে এরকম কোনো কথা নেই। তোমার হয়তো কেউ ক্রিকেট খেলতে চায়, বলছে যে হ্যাঁ দেখো তোমার হাইট কতটুকু, অথবা দেখো যে তুমি একটু ওভারওয়েট, তুমি কি পারবে কিনা। কিন্তু যখন আমরা চেষ্টা করি, যখন আমাদের কিন্তু এই গল্পটা চেঞ্জ করতে হবে, আমাদের মাথার ভেতরে যে কিন্তু একটা এই ভয়েস গুলো শুনতে শুনতে ছোটবেলা থেকে শুনতে পারি, ক্লাসে শুনতে পারি, অথবা দেখা গেছে আমাদের ক্লাসমেট ছিল যে আমাদেরকে বুলি করতো, তো তার কাছ থেকে শুনে হয়তো আমার মধ্যে ধারণা হয়েছে আমি এই ধরনের একজন মানুষ। তো সেরকম ক্ষেত্রে আমার কাছে মনে হয় একটা যদি ভিন্ন রকমের একটা স্টোরি আমরা স্টাবলিশ করতে পারি আমাদের মাথায়, আমাদের চিন্তায়, তাহলে সম্ভব। তো আজকে কথা বলবো, যারা অনুষ্ঠান দেখছেন, প্লিজ I would request you, if you share it, as Esther was saying, then you find a solution. Then you listen to yourself as well. And sometimes you will find the answer yourself the moment you share with other people.
Well, and sometimes when you say it out loud, it sounds actually quite ridiculous as well.
Exactly.
But I would really like to hear what other people do. I don't need to necessarily, I'm not inviting people to share openly what the problem is.
I'm smiling because I have a message from Mary Lily Rose. Yes. She said, I speak French only, sorry.
But my dear, you said that in English. I speak French only.
Yeah, that's a
You're
good
very
point.
clever.
Unless you use Google Translation.
No. Let's not put her on the spot.
No, okay. Mary, if you can call us, you can leave a message. Tell us, am I putting you on spot? Am I putting you on the spot? I mean, I think you can do that, and you are there. I see Mary has the highest number of maths. Exactly. See, she doesn't even care.
She understands.
She doesn't even care. That's the thing, because she's the most active participant I have at the moment who's replying. So she will decide for herself. Don't worry, because we are friends too. We are friends on Facebook. So I have my relation with my friend too, right? So I will check. My friend will tell me if she can't handle it, but she can do it.
Okay, fine.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry.
No, but so what I was saying is, if we have someone who called in, they don't necessarily need to say what the problem was, but I'm really interested to know how did they solve it. Because in my case, I was talking to my mom.
If someone has to say the solution, talk about the solution, they have to share the problem.
Yeah, I guess they have to.
Well, exactly. High five.
This is my cousin. I gave her very little credit. I apologize.
Yeah, exactly.
I was just trying to protect my family here.
You don't have to, because you have to have. This is what we're talking about: negative voices, right? Negative voices.
I'll leave the show.
This negative voice, I'll mute that, so you can't hear that.
Mute my mic.
Anyway, so that's what I'm saying. Let's not. People decide around us that what we think we are capable of or we're not.
What's the point?
Because we don't have to listen to it, because we know what we are capable of, what our self-worth is. So long we know that. Anyways, এখন যারা বাংলাদেশ থেকে শুনছেন, আমাদের আলাপের বিষয়টা হয়তো অনেকে বুঝতে পারছেন। সেজন্য আমি বলবো যে স্ক্রিনের নাম্বার আছে 0044. You can call us through WhatsApp. If you're calling from any part of the world apart from London or apart from England, and definitely, and I'm so happy I have a very engaged audience. Is Mary. Thank you, Mary. And nice. You can see that, I mean, live expressions. Yes. So the number is on the screen. Anyone who'd like to call us, and you can speak French.
No, I understand French.
Okay.
But I don't speak it myself.
Okay, I'm gonna learn French, because we are missing a phone call. We have an engaged audience, but we can't talk. But she can call, she can talk to us, because people who speak French, they will understand.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you understand as well.
Yeah, no, I understand.
So you understand, you translate in English.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Mary, that's our promise. Yes.
Oh, lots of love hearts.
Let's do that. So we have quite a lot of people coming in and out, and we see people are watching as well.
Yeah.
So today we are talking about negative voices. Esther had already shared her story. And I shared my story as well with my driving instructor in England.
And your swimming as well.
And my swimming, which is a positive one, because my swimming teacher is sitting next to me. In that regard, yes. She never had said a single negative thing. She's always like, you're doing great, you're doing great. And
yeah, even when you're almost drowning.
Even when I'm not convinced. Even when I'm not convinced, I'm saying, oh, no.
Enjoying your live show.
Oh, thank you.
Marie.
Thank you. No, that's Kiswar Munia.
Ah, okay.
I think she's in London.
Oh, fantastic.
So thank you, Kiswar.
Call in, and
exactly.
he will sing for you.
Oh my God. She makes a promise. I have to do the singing, by the way.
This is why you prepare every day.
Okay.
Why you practice every day.
I didn't.
He does practice every day, by the way.
Yeah.
No, he does.
I try to. No, if I don't, I get depressed. He gets
very frustrated, which is why I make sure you practice so you're not frustrated.
Okay. So Kiswar, you can call us. You can dial the number if you're in London. So it's a mobile phone away. Just pick your phone and give us a call. And we'd like to discuss with you as well, if you ever faced any negative voice, or if you still face every now and then. Well, to be honest with you, it doesn't have to be a particular episode.
No.
Everything we do, like even when we face indecisions. Say, for example, sometimes there are times that I feel like I get properly ready for my gym. And then I'm like, oh, just 5 more minutes. Oh, today my leg's not really responding. And can I run on the treadmill? Can I do it? And then I turn to her to mess up with my plan. Then I'm like, look at the weather today. It's really nice. And she'll be like, yes. I said, I feel like going for a walk, because I'm trying to avoid going to the gym. And she says, yes, we should. She doesn't know. She's innocent. But I'm using her to take myself away from the gym. And when she said, yeah, it's a good weather, let's go out for a walk. And I'm like, yes, because that's the resistance inside me, that my negative voice saying, yeah, because they have won. They convinced me not to go to the gym. And I exploited her innocence, saying that, yeah,
I know.
Let's go out for a walk. And she's like, yes, let's go. And we go out for a walk.
And
And
then we come back, and then it's like, I didn't go to the gym today, and I'm thinking, oh no. Was it because of the walk? Oh no, no, no.
Kishwar Munia. Oh, Rocky Alam. I have a topic. COVID isolation has helped us self-reflect more than we were usually able to. Because I want to hear it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we want to hear it too.
We want to hear
How
it too.
did you do it?
Exactly, Rocky. You start the topic. Pick up the phone. It's a WhatsApp call away. And you can dial that number and we can talk. And I've been spoken to for a long time. By the way, Rocky's calling from Austin, Texas.
Oh, great.
And
awesome.
Every one of us, every single one of us, we had been through a lot during this.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, let me share a story. To start with, when it started, I literally decided everything that you see behind me, I made a list of it, my guitars and everything that I have in the studio. And I kind of wrote a letter for people that suddenly if I die, because I'm sorry,
it's not funny at all. It's terrible.
Don't cry.
It's just the fact that you decided that, this was going to happen.
No, I felt that I might die because I lost a lot of near ones and people I knew for many years in London, in Bangladesh, people in my family. And I said, who am I to be totally immune to this disease, And Anisul Islam, how are you both? We are doing great. Thank you. We met him in Bangladesh, but he lives in England, I think Manchester.
That's right.
So Rocky, going back to your question, COVID isolation helped us self-reflect more than we were usually able to. To be honest with you, thankfully enough, I had started doing the reflection even before COVID. I was practicing a lot of different things. I was trying to find out where I had made mistakes. Say, for example, people who are with my friend, my relation, or anything that is, if anything goes wrong, normally we say, oh, my friend, that was his mistake because he had done this certain things with me. And that's one of the reasons why I had decided that I won't be friends with him. Or say, for example, you're in a relation and then you start saying that this person has done that. Then you think, okay, where you were wrong. So in many respects, even at work, probably I had been through the same thing and a lot of different aspect of it in a lot of different respects. I felt that I had to go through a lot of soul searching and find out where I am wrong. I have to fix myself first because everything that we blame on externally, it's a reflection of yourself and how you react to a situation. Because Viktor Frankl, I mean, he was a concentration camp survivor. One of his books, Man's Search for Meaning, and he said between stimulus and even how you react to it, there's a moment. And between that moment, you can decide how you're going to react to that situation. And and during that moment, it's decided who you are, and what your life would be. So I've been doing it. But one of the reflections I had, as I said, that I'm going to die. It's probably almost like people who go through cancer or who go through a terminal disease and they have been given, say, 6 months or 3 months. And during that time, I had that kind of, and I started thinking, okay, if I'm dying, how everything that I have can be beneficial to someone else and what they should do with that. So I kind of written a handwritten will kind of thing. It's not legal, but I ended up being alive and I'm not complaining. Seriously, no. I'm happy.
No.
Every single day is a blessing on earth. And if you're healthy, you're keeping well, that's a blessing. So Rocky, I hope that helps. But definitely, I would suggest you give us a call. And what was your reflection, the self-reflection you had in your life? So you can give us a call and let us know, please. And you can call us on WhatsApp, so it'll be easier. Kishwar Munia, I'll call you guys another day. Right now, I have to go to London TV for news presentation. Great, we have a news presenter. But I have one request to you. I'm eagerly waiting for your song. Could you please do one? We have a caller, by the way. He's Rocky.
Okay. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Hey, guys. This is Rocky.
Oh,
hey,
Rocky.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Oh, my God. You work out.
This is the first time I've talked or really
spoken on any live show, probably,
Well, this is okay because this is a really safe one. Uh-oh.
He's trying to reconnect, unfortunately.
Yeah, he's trying to reconnecting. He's gonna do it. He's
Yeah,
gonna
Rocky's
reconnect.
back.
He's connecting.
So yeah, Rocky's from Austin, Texas, right, Rocky?
Yes, I'm still here.
Okay, good. Excellent.
Yeah. So Rocky, to start with your
How you
question.
guys doing?
We are doing great.
We're having
As you
a-
can
we're
see,
having a
we're
ball.
live. I mean, so whatever you say, you get what you see now. So
This is not just like we're putting on a show. This is how our day is, like every day, all day.
yeah.
You know.
Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah, Rocky's the one who used to get annoyed. He said, "Guys, please tone it down." And on Facebook, he used to leave comments. He's my cousin, by the way. So Rocky,
Oh,
your
yeah, I remember.
your self-reflection.
Yes.
I'm here.
What is your routine? How do you stick to your routine, and how do you stick with it? Like, how do you overcome barriers? Like when it just becomes too much, how do you push through? We're interested.
Well, I asked you guys because, well, you probably don't know this, but back in January, I got COVID. And I'm actually one of the worst cases over here among all of my friends, right? Like, so, yeah, I was hospitalized for almost 20 days.
Wow.
Talking about near-death experiences, that was, I think, the closest I got, right? Like, pretty, close to getting even intubated and stuff like that. But,
Wow.
thank God it didn't happen. But,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, few things happened, which was coming out of that experience, I lost 45 pounds.
Oh
and,
my God.
and I came out of it and I'm like, man, like all of these things that I was doing over the past year and, going through essentially, the day-to-day life of working from home now all of a sudden and like, everything just changed, right? And like one of the things that, kept me going is, I'm an avid gym goer like you guys are, I think. And, I became very health focused. Essentially, not just working out. Working out is just part of it, right? Because a lot of us don't realize mental health is more important than physical health sometimes, right?
Yeah, sometimes.
So the whole experience was around kind of getting focused on essentially myself, like how do I take care of myself better in the process. And like, obviously the gym part helps in essentially keeping track of your physical health, but it didn't help me with any of the mental health focuses, right?
That's
so
true.
yeah, some of it was essentially figuring out substitutions for things that you would do on a daily basis, like going out and eating dinner with friends at a restaurant, for example. Even though I was like, okay, I'm immune to everything now after spending 20 days in the hospital, but a lot of people were not comfortable with that yet,
I'm
right?
sure,
Like,
yeah.
so figuring out how to do that, like even safely with your friends, like I was doing essentially wine nights over Facebook or just video chat in general and FaceTiming people, things like that. Kind of get yourself back into the swing of
real
things.
bonding.
But yeah, I mean, absolutely, you need that in your life. You don't realize how much you need it till you don't have it.
Oh my God, yeah, absolutely.
No, that's great, and I'm glad that, because you mentioned about gym, because why I rely on that, one of my reasons is that because the blood flow you have to your brain, because many times you would see that you're feeling depressed and you don't feel like doing anything, a lot of other things, as we are talking about negativity, and you start feeling that your life is full of everything, nothing is going right in your life. And during that time, I always make a point, go out straight away, bike to the gym and spend the time, 1 hour, 1.5 hours, 2 hours, whatever that is. When I come out, I feel like everything is cleared up. All the confusions in my mind and the answers I've been looking for, because that blood rush to the brain, that really helps to rejuvenate you. That's one thing. And as you mentioned, very importantly, that physical health doesn't mean that you are quite healthy mentally as well. Your mental health would be on par, because many people you see, they're well built and good physique and everything, but emotional intelligence and, as he said, this self-reflection and realization that where you need to work on, it doesn't come with just with muscles.
No.
Because you need to build those muscles of love, passion, courage, determination, everything. Those are separate muscles as well. And unless you practice, like we go to the gym and get particular muscles in order, I mean, unless we do that with those habits or those virtues in our life, they will, fall into disuse. So yeah, Rocky, I totally agree with you. So how are you keeping now? And that worked definitely for you, those Zoom or Skype or Facebook wine nights. And definitely now you see people in person. How's it going now?
It's much better. There was another thing that I discovered during this whole experience was there is such a thing called men's health, right? So I have actually now started groups locally here, like
Beautiful.
of how ignorant men are about men's specific health issues, right?
Yeah.
Like, uh, and I think
When you're
for
talking
women
about
too,
men's health,
it's just the
specifically,
treatment is different.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
what are you exactly talking about so people would understand what we're talking about? I mean, you can share with us whatever that is.
uh, yeah. Yeah, so I mean, like, in general, I work out and all that stuff. Like I have this tendency of staying within certain body fat percentage, etc. Like, and I realized over time that just genetically I have issues with hormones. Like just hormone imbalances, right? And it is very, very. And I realized that it is very common for men. So much so that just in the U.S. there is stats around about 60 to 80% of men between the ages of 32 and 45 have these imbalances, but they don't never get treated. And it's not just about the physical aspect of it, it's also the mental aspect of it, right? Which is there is such a thing as essentially hormone induced depression, and like people don't realize it, right? Like depression can affect men and women, but
Yeah.
for men specifically, it's caused by that hormone imbalance, and it is very easily remedied to a certain extent. Obviously, you still need that sort of physiological aspect to it, but there is this imbalance that's causing sort of a basal effect that people don't realize on a daily basis, right? So getting that checked is something men don't do,
Right.
especially from our backgrounds,
Yeah,
right? Like
Asian background, yeah.
it's just not a normal thing to do, and people don't accept it first, even to go do anything about it, right?
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of like education, and like that's what the groups
No,
that
there's a
I've started
tendency
here.
I've seen. You might have seen it within the Asian community. The thing is, unless you are really, really ill, you won't see a doctor. You won't get yourself checked. And
Correct.
yeah, we just don't do it
Exactly.
as a routine. We don't do that. But this is one of the things as well. I realized that, okay, if everything is going well so far, it's very important that I do routine checks every year and quite other checks as well. So everything is, I'm just on top of everything. If at some point I find my sugar level is going to a certain, because when you have family history, because your family should have certain history through your parents, then we have these tendencies to, over time, that we might be prone to certain diseases or certain chronic diseases or conditions. So we have to really be on top of that.
And are you
Absolutely.
raising awareness of this also? Because obviously not many people know. I mean, I wouldn't have known this, but so you're saying that you're raising the awareness of this with other people?
You start a group.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
great.
Actually, I
Awesome.
started a local group here in
And
Austin.
what's the
Like
response?
essentially,
Great.
it's great so far. Like we've been able to help like almost at least 30 different individuals right now. Like
Nice.
that didn't know this was a problem, went and got tested. A few of them, actually came back with treatment plans. Like that they're pursuing. So, it's a thing. Like it's so prevalent, and people just have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
And
Amazing.
even like very close like relatives of mine over here got actually like diagnosed, and it's the same thing. They're, oh shit, like how didn't I know about this? And like 3 or 4 weeks into treatment, and they're like feeling great. Then you can start dealing with your day to day, right?
Yeah.
And now you have set your foundation up correctly,
Yeah.
and you're like, my body is not working against my mind.
Yeah, that's
At
really
that
good.
point,
Yeah.
you can start actually truly working on yourself, right?
Yeah. That's very true. Yeah.
Very, very well
Yeah.
said.
I
And
like that. Yeah.
it's a totally to the point,
Yeah.
spot on.
Yeah,
Because one
absolutely.
of the things we haven't discussed about, and this is what knowing who you are is all about. This is what we want to discuss about. So, Rocky, we want to ask you this question because that's what we are talking about today. Negative voices. How often do you get it? Or there's some voices that stayed with you over the years, and always, whenever you try to do certain things, it stops you. Do you have anything like that?
I mean, unfortunately, I think our upbringing is full of those negative
Yeah.
voices that have been
That's
kind
what
of
I was saying.
ingrained
Yeah.
in us over time, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
True.
But yeah, I mean, like, to be honest, um, I'll take, I can give you thousands of examples, but in professional career development, for example, right? The way you deal with people on a day-to-day basis versus how, essentially we were brought up, right, in our communities, and like how we were taught to, socialize with people, what the boundaries were around those things are very different, right? And, one of the things, this is one of the things that I've struggled with over my life, and I still continue to struggle with it sometimes, is just, establishing and extending those boundaries as you interact with more and more people, right? Like, the negative voices in your head are not negative depending on where you're at, and the context of it matters,
Yeah.
right?
True.
So, but
Beautifully said.
establishing the context and then figuring out for yourself, okay, in this context, does this actually play the same role? Is something I think we don't do as often. But yeah, I'm learning how to do that more and more.
Mm-hmm.
But for
Right.
sure, it's
So when did you feel like that it's time for you to put your foot down, and now it's your time that you need to express yourself where you're not comfortable and things that needs to be changed in your life, and even for people around you who didn't have the respect for the boundaries?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, I don't think, I think it's a sort of a constant growth concept, right? I don't think necessarily one day I got up and said, I'm going to change this aspect of my life, but I think it's going to go on till I die, So
True.
it's just a matter of being able to pivot when you need to make those adjustments and move on. So, in general, that means every aspect of your life, whether it's relationship, like, uh, last year I went through divorce, and, again, going through, you know, the motions of, okay, now, I have somebody new in my life. I'm going to change my, attitude towards my relationships, my children, my everything, and how that works in the flow. Again, all of these different things will be affected by what has gone on in your life and what you've learned over time, right? But the thing is, problem is that you can't always separate the, negative from the positive. It's just about adjustments, right? And like making sure that you learn that from the consequences of what has happened or what caused bad things rather than the absolute negatives, right? There are no absolute negatives out there. So
Absolutely. Yeah.
And sometimes people can be the judges around you, and they can say a lot of things without living your life. And definitely, there are a lot of things you have learned about yourself as well. Probably you need to work on, as I was saying about self-reflection, because anything that you go through. So when a problem starts, probably we always, as I was saying, the soul searching should start from within. That where I had gone wrong, what I could have done right, which I have, all the time has totally now, it has gone by, and now there's no way forward, and I cannot fix it now. So that's the time that you have to take decisions like that, which you have taken. And I'm sure things have worked out for you. And best of luck for that. And basically you have made up your mind, and you try to find a solution, and probably it will work out well for everyone, or it has worked out well for everyone. So that's what we've been. And Rocky, great call.
Yeah.
And the things you have talked about really amazing, and
Very
how
on
you
point.
very much
Very
on point, and
yeah.
how you expressed it, and very relevant,
Yeah.
and how you separated. So congrats on your first call ever on any live shows or anywhere, but you did great.
No, it's very useful information, and also for anyone that listens, because obviously this will go out, people will watch it, and it's very, very helpful. So thank you very much.
Absolutely.
So
guys, we should catch up sometime.
Oh,
Yeah.
we would definitely.
When we're not live.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're not live. Absolutely.
Either you come to London or we go to America.
There you go.
One way or another.
Done.
It's gonna
Or we can have a Zoom wine meeting.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a
I
good
think,
idea.
yeah, let's do that first.
Water.
We've got
All right.
water.
Nice talking to you guys. See you later.
All right,
Yeah,
bye.
take it, bye.
All right, bye.
So that was Rocky Alam from Austin, Texas. Amazing.
information.
Great
Very good,
information.
very
He was
good.
talking about men's health, which women's health, we hear that term because that's one of the things, because there is a doctor as well, a gynecologist, so which many people are aware of. But I don't know, if you ask me now, so what would you call a doctor for a man? I wouldn't know.
A non-gynecologist.
A non-gynecologist. But that's a very good point.
It is
That-
a good point.
yeah.
That's very, very important too, because I also remember when we first got together, you really wanted to make sure that we were sleeping enough, and I got into a routine of no coffee after 2:30, and all these sort of silly, you might think silly things, but they're really not.
No, exactly.
And the
Because
amount of improvements physically that resulted in just basic routine.
and I
in
had
your
initial
mind,
resistance as well, because coffee was your lifeline, and you're like, what is this guy talking suddenly?
No.
But now we see the
Yeah,
difference.
I mean, I was never like I couldn't do without it, but I was just drinking coffee throughout.
Yeah.
And interesting. Anyway.
You have one of your fans over there who voted for you last week, Sarah.
Hey, hello. Thank you.
Sarah, I'm sure you're not standing by your kid's door tonight, and you're gonna give us a call. And it's just 7:18, so you should call us today as promised, and we can discuss about it. We're talking about negative voices in our head, and at some point, Rocky Alam, who's in Austin, Texas, from Asian background, or Bangladeshi, so he could waiting for the number. Oh yes.
Oh, good.
So,
here she comes.
Oh God.
All
Yeah, there you
right.
go. So no wait. So the number is there. You can call. Definitely you're in London, so you can just pick up your mobile and dial that number. So we're talking about negative voices today.
And how you overcome them.
How you overcome them,
overcome them.
especially being from the Asian community. The upbringing, as you're saying, it's a different way. It's not good or bad. I'm not judging it, but there are certain elements in it that sometimes it works to your benefit. You have certain restrictions growing up, but then growing up, you develop some kind of restrictions within yourself that stops you
But
from
I think that's
renunciating
anyone. It's not
yourself.
just an Asian thing. You have your own specific way, but I think every nationality have
Yeah,
their
I'll
own.
be totally wrong if
Yeah.
I just say Asian, but being an
Yeah.
Asian, being a Bangladeshi, I can talk from experience
Yeah.
like Rocky did.
Yeah.
Sarah might add something as
Yeah.
well, because she's from Bangladeshi background. She happens
Yeah.
to be my cousin as well.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, definitely from Dutch point of view, you can give us certain things that.
We're just totally chilled, all of us.
Okay. So someone was saying it's not only Bangladeshis, it's not about Asians. It happens anywhere in the world. Now I asked her, so what were your negative? She's like, we were just chilled. Yeah, Bangladeshis, we are chilled too, right?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, Sarah, give me a call and say you're chilled. So people who are watching now, we are talking about আজকে বাংলাদেশ থেকেও যদি কেউ দেখে থাকেন, আমাদের প্রোগ্রাম দেখছেন, আমরা কথা বলছি নেগেটিভ ভয়েসেস, যে আমরা যে কণ্ঠস্বরগুলো শুনতে পাই আমাদের ভেতরেই সবসময়, যে আমাকে বলে যে এই কাজটা তোমার জন্য না, এই কাজটা তুমি করো না, তোমার বিপদ আসছে, বিকজ উই সাফার মোর ইন ইমাজিনেশন দ্যান ইন রিয়ালিটি। যে আমরা সবসময় কল্পনা করে নিই যে কোনো একটা কিছু হওয়ার আগে, আচ্ছা আমি যদি এখানে যাই, এই মানুষটার সাথে কথা বলি, তাহলে সে কি ভাবতে পারে। আমরা সবসময় চিন্তা করছি মানুষ কি ভাববে করতে করতে কিন্তু আমরা জীবনটা শেষ করে ফেলি। কিন্তু we have a very finite amount of time in the world, and we just sacrifice our whole life sometimes just thinking about what people would think. কারণ ওই যে ভয়েস আমাদের ভিতরে কাজ করে যে আমাদের এর পরে কি। So anyway, we have the number for you, Sarah. I think definitely she's making arrangements. Okay.
Make Mexican wave.
Okay. Yeah, Sarah. Yeah. Okay. I want you to call, but it's not that I'm not really, but I had to join because
No,
she's doing this
he's not
Mexican
doing
weather.
that. I'm in charge. Yeah, okay,
Okay,
fine.
she's
fine.
in charge and she's the lone Mexican waver.
I can do it by myself. Look.
Yeah.
Oh, here she is. Here she is.
Okay, so you pick up the call, you start the conversation.
Hello, caller.
Hello.
Hi.
So nice to meet you.
You too.
Speak to you finally.
Well, you get to see me. Eventually, I will get to see you, I am sure.
Inshallah. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for all your support and your positive messages. As you can imagine, being on camera for 2 hours is a bit of a test every now and then, but this has been fun from beginning to
Yeah.
end. Welcome to
She's
the
a pro
Alamgir.
now.
Welcome to the Alamgir household.
Oh, thank you so much. But it's so nice. I genuinely actually enjoy the discussions.
Good.
Really do.
No,
Great.
thank you.
Nice.
Thank you, Sarah.
Now we've had some great people calling. So tell me or tell us, when you have a negativity coming your way, how do you deal with it? What's your thing?
Oh, this is a very good question actually, because as you know, after losing my parents, there has been a lot of times that there has been a lot of negativity. In fact, today is my mother's second death anniversary.
Oh.
So
Sorry to
yeah,
hear.
I mean, when it comes to mine, I feel like I definitely know how to distract myself. Some people don't know that,
Yeah.
which is a blessing. I know how to distract myself through. I'm grateful that I have 3 children. Get on with stuff straight away. Just focus on the positivity. Focus on what you actually have. My dad used to say one thing, that never look at people who are well, it's a Bangla saying, so when I translate it sounds a bit funny, but people who are doing really well, always look at people who has less than you.
What's the Bengali
you
one?
would
Do you
know-
remember that? I mean, Bengali people are watching too.
পরে যারা আছে ওদের দিকে তাকাবে না, যারা তোমার নিচে আরো, যাদের কাছে আরো কম, ওদের দিকে তাকাবে যে তোমার কাছে কি আছে।
Then be thankful, the gratitude.
Then be thankful, and you know that gratitude is so important. I will just stress on that every day. That's what I do before I go to bed,
Nice.
during the day, when I wake up,
Nice.
because that's what keeps me going. I have to say, gratitude.
Very well said.
What we
Nice.
have.
Yeah.
Definitely, that thing that keeps me going for
Makes
sure.
sense. Yeah. That's a very, very, very valuable.
And that's one of the
lesson.
things
Yeah,
I think
we
probably
do
definitely
it
during the
as
time
well,
of
yeah.
COVID, as I was saying that,
Yeah.
I literally felt that I'm going to die as well. And then when
Yeah.
I wasn't even infected, to be honest. I mean, she was. Even we were in a hotel during a hotel quarantine. She was positive. I don't know whether I was or not. I didn't
Yeah,
get
I
checked.
heard last time.
Yeah.
I was listening to the podcast.
Yeah. So you can imagine for 16 days we were in that room and she was positive.
But I was fortunately vaccinated, so I got a mild version of it, but I got all of it. So I can only imagine what it would have been like for someone who wasn't vaccinated. So I was very, very lucky. We were both lucky.
And I tried to quarantine
God.
myself with 2 pillows.
It really upset me.
And it really upset her, but I tried, and thankfully probably that worked. And I'm really thankful that
Really? That worked?
I can't.
and she at some point she was like, I think you have been in this room. Don't tell me you're not using my glass, you're not doing this, you're not touching my plates or my spoons, and you are immune to it, and you have not been infected. And I was like,
Oh.
okay, leave it then.
It was really
Take the
bad.
pillows out, and he was so happy.
I was like, I just want a hug, It was
It doesn't make sense, Ershad. Doesn't make sense.
Thank you. Girl power.
No, I was really
Yeah.
scared at the time, and I felt that if I get infected as well, so who's gonna look after us? Because we are in this room and probably hospitalized. And once you're hospitalized, then you'll be separated as well.
Yeah, I mean, he had the additional problem that he was supposed to report to the Royal Navy, where he was going to start real soon. So we were thinking this is just the worst timing ever. But we were there
I
for
know.
16 days, and it cleared off in 3 days. I was fit as a fiddle, and I've been fine ever since. So
By the way, how were you, Sarah? I mean, during the COVID, and anyone in the family?
So basically, COVID was the lockdown
Yeah.
was a blessing in disguise. It will sound really weird, But that was just after I lost my mum. So my dad passed away in 2016, and my mother passed away in 2019, November, 1st of November, which is today. And right after that, there was a lockdown. And I remember feeling, when my mom passed away, I remember feeling that I just want to shut down from the world. I don't want to wake up in the morning, making packed lunches, sending my children to school, or, you know, driving my husband to work, or carry on with the normal stuff. I just needed to stop, you know, just wanted everything to stop. And when the pandemic happened, it was like, wow, this is what I needed, you know, just be at home, reflect.
But for some
just
people,
recover.
they are complaining when they have children that having everyone, there's no school. How did you deal with that?
Yeah.
That was another.
Alhamdulillah, times to the million. Thankful that my children were absolutely amazing.
Oh, that's great.
With homeschooling, starting from everything really. They were baking, cleaning with me. We had little discos at home, you know.
That's so cool.
She's a cool mom, by the way. I see the stories every now and then. Yeah, you are.
That means a lot. That means a lot. I dedicated my entire life for them. They're so good, mashallah. But yeah, we had a great time. I mean, it sounds so weird to say that, but
not at all. My sister was the same.
We had a great time.
It was not at all, and it's so nice you got that break that.
And
you
also,
needed.
you can kill your hobby as well.
Yeah. Definitely.
She mentioned it.
Doing disco with us.
Oh, that's great. Oh, cool. That's
we
really
had a good family time.
That's really good. Really
no, for many people, it was like a wake-up call. So they realized, okay, what they have been doing, or whether that pattern really works for them or not. So that was the time when they started doing the soul searching, and suddenly you wake up and you're like, okay, this is even better than what it is. And in workplaces as well, they realized.
We just got a message from Rocky who was listening to what you just said, and he says, my children were lovely, and in brackets, for the first 2 hours. You can imagine.
So, Rocky, you can let us know what you had done for the rest of the 22 hours.
You should have done discos just like she did.
Yeah, what the prescriptions?
Prescriptions.
Yeah, Syra, being a pro mom.
Aww, you guys are gonna make me emotional. But yeah, I mean, we were busy.
Yeah,
that's for sure. We were not sitting still. I mean, I love doing the kiddie stuff. I guess that's why it was okay with me. To, you know, do like dress up, do makeup, and then we're doing nail polish next minute. Then we're baking.
Is it all girls?
Cooking.
Is all?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's what she does with her nieces.
Yeah. My sister's a single mom, and she's got 3 girls and a boy, and that's how she went into lockdown. And they were incredible, just incredible. And yes, they had the homeschooling and the cooking and everything else. And the 7-year-old, who's the boy, he's like the man of the house, so he's very proud. And they were doing gardening and stuff. So my parents and them became like the bubble, and my parents all took parts of their curriculum, and they did just fine.
Lovely.
Yeah,
that's so lovely.
By the way,
you discover lots of things.
Rocky added something to the message. He said how he pacifies them. This is incremental melatonin dosage. Exposed to me in the hot sun, probably added.
He doesn't like discos, clearly.
Oh, come on. You should try it. It's fun.
Absolutely.
You should.
So anything else? Discos, baking,
girl time.
Baking, makeup, dressing up. I can go on and on.
But if it's a boy,
I know my husband might have something different to say, you know, because I had a ball. I had a very good time during the lockdown.
Okay. No, you still do have it. I mean, from the stories that I get to see on Facebook and social media, you definitely do have it. Amazing.
Nice. That's cool.
I do try, you know, keep myself distracted and busy because I feel like I'm still recovering
makes sense.
from all the losses. It's not easy.
Yeah.
I mean, it was hard for them as well. Your mom and dad, they have been together always. I mean, ever since I've known them from my childhood, their name was, you know, if you had mentioned, say, one person, the other person's name would come up. It was like this. They were just joined together. Yeah. So I can understand.
They met when they were in year 6. So they've grown up together, struggled together, and they were like childhood sweethearts.
Wow.
You know.
Well, they left behind a legacy of a beautiful family. That's all I can say. Something they could have been proud of.
You're so sweet. Thank you. Absolutely. That means a lot.
Yes, absolutely. No, you are a testament to a good upbringing for sure. I mean, I've seen your photos also. It's really nice.
If she is hearing you today, this is the death anniversary today, the second one.
Yeah.
So she probably is listening to you and how you're talking about her. That's the success. You know, that's the legacy she had left behind.
Absolutely.
Guys, don't do this to me.
Okay, we're not. We're celebrating. We're celebrating their life. We're celebrating their life. We're not mourning their passing. We're celebrating their life today, and it's now been immortalized on our show.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Absolutely.
Always, Sarah.
Appreciate that.
It's a pleasure.
Really nice to finally hear your voice, and we will meet up one day.
We need to.
I'll make the dashi tea.
Yes, please. Let's set a date. I can't wait to meet you.
I would love that too. Very much so. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you. Take care.
You too.
Inshallah, see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks, Sarah. So amazing, a lot of lovely messages, people who are watching. So everyone has their own stories and how they find their own, I mean, everyone has their own healing process. So how they do that and own realization and sometimes your wake-up calls. So what did you do or you have been through during your COVID? What was your COVID experience?
I mean, the toughest one for me was trying to stay productive while indoors. And I became very good at maintenance and cleaning, and I decided to renovate the whole place. And I think the saving grace was, for a lot of people, was Zoom. Because every day I was meeting with family, with friends, and you cannot lose that contact. And obviously, it was during that time period where I really sort of refocused all my priorities and decided to make a bunch of changes in my life. But I think that connection with friends and family was the biggest
one of this,
for me.
because
really
today we are talking about these negative voices.
Yeah.
And it's related to one of the human needs, our need for connection, for bonding.
Absolutely.
And also one of the fears, the fear of rejection. These are the two traits. The fear of rejection is basically fear of failure. And fear of failure that creates basically from uncertainty, because that's another need, that we want to be certain about things. We feel insecure. But there's a very interesting quote, is that trying to safeguard yourself would never keep you safe.
Right.
So it never happens, because uncertainties, we are surrounded by it. I think only solution to it is just to be comfortable with it, rather than trying to feel that, okay, I'll just build a barrier around me and totally make myself safe, and I can fend off all the different kind of uncertainties that I have in my life. That's not the way. You just have to be comfortable, and you have to face that. Like I do when I go into the pool, I take my dive and I just rely on Esther that if I start drowning, she'll just hold me. So this is what we say when we say to face the uncertainties and build that muscle.
But I think also a really important part of being certain is having knowledge of something, because you can't tell yourself, I'm really certain.
Oh, Mari, what's she saying?
Do
you feel ready? Yes, to get a call in French and translate, please.
Okay,
let's do that.
Let's try it.
We have a French caller today.
Oh my God, yes.
From Holland?
No, from Belgium.
They're in Belgium? Both of them?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I thought they're in Holland.
No, they're Belgium.
Okay, they're in Belgium. Yes. She speaks French. Okay, I'm getting my information right. And through translation, we'll have more information.
I hope so.
It'll be fun. And we are from Belgium, exactly.
Yes,
so we are waiting for your call. It'd be so lovely to hear you.
Let's see what happens.
We are having such amazing calls today. I'm so pumped. As you can see, both of us just straighten ourselves on our seat.
We're getting ready for Marie. If there's any French-speaking people on this channel, please forgive me if I don't translate it correctly. Between Flemish and French and a bit of English, we will do. Here she is. Oh my God.
Marie, from my side, just hello. I stop now.
Bonjour.
Bonjour Marie et bienvenue dans le show.
Merci.
Oh my God, I can hear your voice. This is so nice. You have to
Attends, je n'entends pas.
turn off.
Je n'entends pas.
Turn
Attends.
off the live. Switch off.
No,
the
no,
live.
not turn off. Just talk directly on the phone.
Please speak on the phone.
Aïe.
No, it's fine. Oh my God.
This is so exciting.
We're making history. We have a caller from Belgium today, in America, and in London, a lot of places. Yeah, you carry on.
Marie, can you hear
Je
me?
comprends,
Ok.
mais je ne sais pas répondre.
Ok, pas de problème, pas de
Oui,
problème.
oui, yes, oui. Ben, je parle en français, ben, tu me le dis.
Oh, it's Charlie
Oui, c'est
with
bon.
you.
Charlie? Je ne comprends pas.
I love French. It's so
Me too.
cute.
It's beautiful,
It's so
isn't it?
cute.
Very beautiful.
Attends. Déjà, je n'entends pas parce que tu n'as pas mis le... Vas-y. Vas-y, parle.
So if I speak in English,
Esther?
yes, if I speak in English, do you understand if I speak in English to you?
Un petit peu.
Okay.
Un petit peu.
And how about Flemish, Flamand? How is that?
Non.
No?
Non. Absolument.
Okay.
Non.
My
Je ne sais pas dire
friend,
comment je comprends, mais je ne peux pas le parler. Oui.
My French, I do not speak
Oui.
French, but je comprends français. Je comprends, mais je parle pas français.
Ah, ok.
Yeah.
C'est cool.
Well,
Okay, what Esther just said, she said,
c'est un petit problème parce que je parle pas. Et c'est tout. I know Club Dorothée Vacances et pas de pitié pour des croissants. And that's it.
pain au chocolat.
Pain au chocolat et croissant et what is it? Petit bateau.
Oui, petit bateau.
Yeah, we are running out of words here. Oh my God, I love the language. I would like to say French. I love this language. I always maintain that.
Ershad aime le français, the language.
And Sarah says she loves French too.
Oh, Sarah, we have big fans of French.
Oui.
Oh, mon Dieu, mon Dieu. Ok, parle en français. To me.
Ah ben, je parle.
Yeah.
Oui, d'accord.
Yeah, ok.
Oui.
And
Comment vas-tu?
Mais je vais bien. Little bit scared to speak in French.
Okay. Well, you can get away with that. I can't speak, and most of the people probably.
Et toi,
in the
comment
audience
vas-tu? Comment vas-tu?
I am fine.
Oh, good. You speak a little English.
Ah. Un petit peu.
Yes. And is everything okay? You're good with the baby girl and Charlie? Everybody is okay?
Tu veux que je te passe ton cousin?
Yes. Why not?
Oui?
Sure.
Okay.
She's going to pass me Charlie.
Okay. Nice talking to you.
Hi.
Hey, Charlie.
Hi. Hi,
I'm
this is Charlie. How are you?
very well, thank you. Sorry to put you on the spot, but I realize she can speak French and I understand French, but I can't respond to her.
Yeah, sure. In fact, she understands about everything in English, but
I thought so, yes.
when it's about to call by the phone or anything else, she's really scared.
Well, it's a live show.
I said just call them, and would be
A great job, Charlie.
Really
Thanks
nice.
for that. And it's so amazing that this is how we are getting connected all
Yes.
around the world, and we can.
Yeah, happy to hear you. Really happy to hear you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
And us for you too, because I see all the photographs and what a wonderful, wonderful little family you have become. It's so lovely to see.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, really nice.
Thank you very much.
And we haven't seen each other for about, what, 15 years or something?
Oh, even more. I think the last time I saw you, it was for my sister reading. So it's about.
No,
20 years.
it was the funeral of Bon Papa. That was the last
yes,
time.
sure.
That
Yes.
was the last time,
Yes,
which
sure.
many years ago.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
anyway.
Yes.
So you're all grown up now. That's cool, and so have I. And I'm sure one day we're going to meet because we can travel again, and we're definitely wanting to come to Belgium to see the family and. Well, of course, huh?
So my quick question to Charlie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Charlie, during the
Yes.
pandemic, what's the biggest lesson that you have learned?
Oh, the biggest lesson we learned is just interesting to see how the people react because you got people decided that they had to choose something like a camp if they were with or against government, with or against situation, and it was from our part. It was interesting to see how people are ready to divide themselves. Well, there is no way to do it.
It's very true.
And so that was some kind of strange, and still now, we still are looking at people react, and it's something really learnful.
Yeah, for sure. But you're with your company. You've been supplying medical supplies, right? You're in that whole line of work right now, which is awesome.
Yeah, sure. Yes, sure. We made production of medical face masks.
Yeah.
And so when there was no one who got them, we took the decision with my wife to make them produced and to advance the money they needed to get them in Belgium.
Wow.
So people can get them, because
that's awesome.
The thing there was here in Belgium, the projects here were just not good. The people just make money with it, and that's happy for them. And we wanted people to have good quality masks at a good price, and we achieved our targets because we could be able to be fast.
Yeah.
And
respond well, bravo for Team Charlie and Marie. This is awesome.
That's what being in service.
Yeah, we all do.
Yeah, we all do our bit.
We all do together. So that's really important. And about what you said before about positivity and things to think. But I was listening to you, and I saw the most important thing is to be with the good person.
Yes.
I mean, when we see both of you,
thank you.
We see people that are really good together.
Yeah,
from my personal experience, I know that what helped me to achieve goals and to advance in positivity is to be with the good person.
Yeah.
Because as you know, if you don't share everything in the life with the one you love, you can't go better. And if sometimes negativity, I have the good person with me who will push me and go better and do better.
Now that's absolutely true, because, and not only that, it is just as miserable for both partners if you're not a good match in life together. And I can see you guys have been married for over 10 years now, right? Was it 10 years you're together?
Yeah,
that's amazing.
We are it's from 2003.
Wow.
So it's a lot of time.
Yeah,
and we are married from 10 years, but we live together from 17 years.
Wow. That's amazing. I know, but I see your messages on Facebook are still my princess, the love of my life, and I'm thinking that's so cool, man.
Yes.
Good for you.
I mean, that's how it should be. That's how it should be throughout your life, and you're doing great. And how you're expressing it, I can see Marie's leaving all those icons there, or emojis.
Yeah, she's great.
She's happy, and this is what it is. I mean, you don't have to make up, because that's what the truth is.
Yeah.
And that's really true. When you have found the person who would literally push you forward, and you wouldn't even know what you're capable of until you're with the right person.
Yeah,
that's very true.
Very true.
Very true.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, I really appreciate the call. Didn't think I was going to speak to you for the first time on a live show, but this is awesome.
Yeah, but it was good.
Yeah.
Mary told me we should call them, and I said yes.
Tell her thank you as well. Big thank you to Marie.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Thank you.
And we will see you when we come to Belgium, eh? Did you want to say something else? I thought I cut you off. Did you want to say something else?
No, perhaps not. I think really it was really interesting to talk to you, and we found both of us when we saw the live show that it was something really really nice to see, and
thank you.
And you just got new followers.
That's great, super. Well, that's awesome, Charlie, and thank you, Marie, both of you. And we will speak again.
Okay.
Take care, huh? Take care of each other. Bye-bye.
Bye now. Bye.
Amazing calls. I mean, this is
I love my cousin. I love my family.
This is
nice.
what I live for. This is what I do my live shows for.
Yeah.
To be honest, there's nothing that we achieve apart from now, this is say 2 hours of our time. Doing
It's
it
the
from
best
home.
time spent.
But this is the best time spent.
Yeah.
Connecting with people, some of the people who are leaving messages here, we don't
yeah.
know.
And someone who was courageous enough to call when they don't even speak English.
Exactly.
I mean, that's courage.
Mari, you're
amazing.
a beautiful person. Yeah, a beautiful person.
Very, very nice.
And so is Charlie. Amazing people. And you have literally expressed one lesson, one takeaway from that is that being in service to others, that literally heals if you have any pain. And if you're going through something, if you look externally for that solution by giving to others, that's how you find that you can forget or can heal a lot of other pains or struggles that you have in your own life.
Yeah.
And this is one of the things, this Knowing Who You Are platform I talk about at the show, the live stream, everything that I'm doing. Because I've been doing these radio shows, TV shows many years. And definitely they had the entertainment value and people were watching and they were enjoying those shows. And yeah, I have my following, and who wouldn't like to hear that, oh, you sang well and this, that, you played well. But at some point I felt, okay, that's fine, fair enough. I'm gaining this dopamine rush, so to speak, every time someone says they like some of my thing. But what am I giving back? Because all this love.
I am going to stop you right there, because I'm sure that everyone who watches this now and who will listen in the future, the thing is, when you perform,
God, what's coming? I don't know.
No, when you perform, you're singing Indian classical specific. The message in those songs is not just entertainment ever. There's such a deep and meaningful message that always comes forth. And you've embraced that so much that you're able to project that message from that poet. You become the vessel from that message in your music. That's why people like your singing, not because, you know, you got a dopamine rush or whatever, you know.
No, because when someone likes,
of course,
I feel okay. Because
yeah, but
everyone
you have to remember that every time someone says, I want you to sing a la la la, it's not because you look, well, you look good, but it's because, God.
It has started because it's towards the end of the show. That's where it goes. Every time towards the end of the show.
The point is that your singing has a message and a communication, and people appreciate that. You're not singing because you're trying to be liked. You're singing because you're projecting that message, which in the Indian, in the Hindi, the Bangladeshi, the Urdu, and all the different poetry, because it is so rich, there is a message, and you are able to communicate that. So let's talk no more.
No,
but I got what you meant.
What I was trying to say, but definitely, yeah, as I said, it has an entertainment value for some people. A lot of different. Some of my shows, I had people, many of the audience complained that they couldn't hear me. People were busy talking to themselves.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It happened too.
I've seen some videos of that. Oh
but
my God.
The thing is, I felt through Knowing Who You Are, this platform, this conversation we are having, to bring people from all around the world, because everyone has kind of similar experiences when we talk about negativity, self-reflection, or these wake-up calls, whatever we say, and even when celebrating someone's life who are not with us anymore, at the same time, we can still do that.
Yeah.
So all these things we can do in one platform, and also with building a community with some depth. It's not about a community, say, Facebook or social media, Instagram, or what's that? TikTok. Everything. I mean, I have nothing against anything, but the thing is, so long we can create a community with some depth, where we can have this conversation, we'll find solutions. And from our positive stories, like Charlie had this story, being in service to others. I mean, during that time, some people cashed in, we know, some people exploited people's needs, requirements. But there are some people like Charlie who tried to give the best to people, bring the best to people.
My cousin.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
My cousin.
Sarah, my cousin. Rocky, my cousin. And my friend Charlie and my friend Murray.
Yes.
So.
No, it's true. I mean, if people didn't hear what he actually did, is they basically found that the production of the masks was being stopped. And they his company advanced the money to just produce the masks and get them out there. And then, anyway, that's pretty awesome.
It's lovely. Anwar Sadi is there. All right. You know Anwar Sadi,
yes,
right?
I do, yes.
Mari, thank you. Cousin Power.
Yes,
yeah, exactly.
Yes, cousin
Sarah,
power. Sarah's cousin power.
And friend power too.
Yes, friend
Mates, buddies. Okay.
High five in your face.
Okay. So
Sorry,
you gonna take over?
No, please, sorry,
Yeah.
go ahead.
No, you can.
No, I'm
I'm
fine.
gonna go.
No, this is not the knowing who Esther is. Stop it. Oh God.
I'm gone.
I can't
Esther
do
is running the show, by the
myself.
way.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now knowing who Esther is.
Oh.
Get back here.
Okay. Come on. So, okay, now, Anwar Savi, he's there. He was our correspondent for In Harmony with Ershad,
Yes.
the senior news editor in
Yes.
Bangladesh. So,
Hey,
Anwar Savi,
how's
nice
your
to see you.
daughter? Is she still singing? I saw the live show when she came on and she sang right in the middle of In Harmony.
I think we
That
should
was
have a
very
call
funny.
from
Yeah,
Anwar
that'd be
Savi.
really fun.
I mean,
We
if
would like to
it's
hear her
possible,
sing.
unless he's probably getting ready for, he has midnight news as well.
Oh, wow.
He's a newscaster at the same time being a news editor.
Great for checking in, for sure. We want your call. And we actually would love some news from Bangladesh.
Yeah, and we should
Yeah.
celebrate as well my resurfacing.
Yes.
Resurrection. So, okay. Oh, great. Yeah, she's fine. Anwar
Okay,
Savi
good.
is talking about his daughter.
Good.
I'm really having a great time. It's nice to see you people. I mean, this is, you can tell how she can now know how to play harmonium. Wow.
Oh,
So she
good.
has started singing
well done
with instruments. She's playing an instrument. That's great.
Fantastic.
How amazing, these positive things we talk about.
Yeah.
Because the whole world is full of all the news you open, and even being a newscaster yourself, you know,
Yeah.
what kind of news people are more attracted to when it's there's some kind of negativity, someone died, there's some kind of fight going on,
Yeah.
or probably a country has gone to the dogs or anything.
Yeah. When he's teaching his daughter how to play music. That's amazing.
This is
that's
what
important.
positivity is, and
Very good.
I'm so glad. And we are just being a medium. So through that, all these people who are joining, they are calling, they are leaving their messages, they are sharing their stories through knowing who you are. That's what would make it successful. And everything that I'm asking behind this platform is all that I can do, because I learn, I get inspired. I can express in words every time I finish a live show every week. I mean, I feel like I don't need to go to bed. I'm not tired. And even if I didn't sleep,
we talk about all the great people that we have. And we also always end on talking about how nice it is that we have these people in our life. Because we're, you know, in the end of the day, that's your richness, isn't it? It's who you know, it's the people that you love, the people that love you.
That's what makes us the richest, to be honest.
Yeah, I think
so
fulfilling.
Everything that's there we need for our lives, I mean, to be comfortable, we do those things, but I feel this bonding that's happening and everything that's been created through this community that we are trying to build. I mean, that's what would make us rich.
Yeah.
That's what I always say. That's what Syra is saying. Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's right. It's true.
And Anwar Sadi is saying thanks to online classes. I think he's mentioning about the Ian in Harmony platform we have where we are providing English lessons. Thank you, Anwar.
Yeah.
I call him Sadi, by the way.
Okay.
We are rich when we are happy and healthy.
Yeah, it's true.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I thank myself every now and then these days when I see, especially when you open social media, you see videos of people, probably they just have the upper part of the body. They don't have, say, extremities, but they don't have any legs, but they're still Olympic runners in their own capacity.
Yeah.
And the fastest runner of the world just with his hands. Then I think how thankful I am just to be okay up to now without any problems. Going forward, what's going to happen, I don't know, but I live in the present.
No, you're going to keep being healthy.
Yeah, if I'm being okay now, and so far I have been, I'm the luckiest.
Yeah.
And until we lose it, because as Rocky was explaining, because he had to be in a hospital for 20 days.
20 days. He was going to be incubated.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
So breathing issue, I mean, I know how hard it is, especially every time I run out of breath in water. So I'm going to bring on my swimming experiences every now and then. Okay, yeah, until I become an Olympic swimmer. But it's going to happen. So I know how hard it is.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm sorry.
Take a moment, laugh. It's all right. I mean, you can laugh. No one said, I mean, we don't say knowing who you are. It's all about doing the things you love to do as well. So you can laugh.
That's right. No, absolutely true.
Yeah.
Very true.
And as we see, Mari would laugh probably at the moment. Emoji is coming, she would join and say something. যারা আজকে পৃথিবীর অন্যান্য জায়গা থেকে অনুষ্ঠান দেখছেন, বাংলাদেশ থেকে হতে পারে অথবা বাংলাদেশিরা যারা পৃথিবীর অন্যান্য জায়গা থেকে দেখছেন, তাদের জন্য বলছি স্পেশালি. We had calls from Belgium, and you heard that someone spoke French.
Yeah.
So, and we had people, even Sarah was calling. We had a little
From
bit
London?
of Bengali conversation with
And then
some
we had
London,
someone from Texas.
from Texas.
Texas we had called.
So
great.
the language so far we can communicate and we know and we can say things like what croissant and things like that. We can get by. We will try to communicate, but apart from that, and yeah, if it's Dutch, Bangla, Hindi, Urdu, English, we can try. Oh, French as well now, as we know.
Yeah.
So yeah, pick up your phone. You can give us a call. The number is there. I'm totally. I forgot about time. What time it is?
Oh wow, it's 5 to 8.
5 to 8.
We've
We
been on for
started at
almost-
6:30. We started.
6:30. Yeah. So
Yeah.
we've been on for an hour and a half. This is
Because
great.
initially I planned this live stream to be for an hour, but now I find that people who join, they share their stories. It's so important. So anyways,
Yes.
let's get back to the topic. The topic was negative voices, as I was saying. So I said what is important is that, even because I'm taking these lessons myself, it's not my own making. Sometimes I read books and follow people and get inspired by other people who have been through it, and they know what they're talking about, and they are experts in their field. So this is very important when you have these negative voices, to build up a story, because your negative voice is part of a story you have in your mind that's been written a long time ago, probably by someone. Like Esther said in her year as a ballet dancer, when she was growing up at the age of 12, when she had a teacher that gave her some bad experience, and I had a driving instructor. Because of him, I failed 3 times. Even though before that I was driving full-fledged. From the age of 15 I was driving
In Chittagong.
in Chittagong, in Bangladesh. If you're driving
in
in
Bangladesh, you can honestly drive anywhere, from what I've learned. But that guy obviously put enough
yeah,
negativity
and I failed
there.
3 times in for my license in England.
Hey, we have another message here.
Yeah, Tanzila Lavunda from Canada, Toronto. Hi, Ershad, so nice to see you and hear your voice again after a long time. Love to hear a
she
song
wants to
from
hear
you.
a song.
Oh my God, my
No,
voice
you're
is
so
just-
fun. I have water here. Drink. Drink. He will sing for you.
Yeah, after I finish the water, I'll start talking. Okay, so what I was saying.
Yes.
This negative voice is the story people put in your head. Because I started thinking through my driving instructor that I'm really a bad driver. Probably I was a good driver back home, back in Bangladesh, but here in England, it's not going to happen.
Mm.
But I found someone, luckily, an amazing gentleman.
Mm.
He was an instructor, and he has so many people that he had instructed for their driving lessons. And they are probably at the age of 40 now, because he was 76 or nearly in his 80s.
Wow.
So patient.
Nice.
He was Ken. I don't know where Ken is now. He was in Essex at the time. And how he made it so easy for me. I was allowed to make mistakes.
Mm.
So another thing, when we have these negative voices, you need to tell yourself that you can deserve love and respect, irrespective of your failures or your achievements or your successes. This is one of the problems we have. We think, because this is part of the story that we have heard, that unless you have done a great result at school, no one would love you. So problem is, then you feel like, okay, unless I become this great singer, great footballer, or at my work, I do this job where I can mention I work for this company or that company, no one would respect me, no one would love me. During that time, you need a comforting voice.
Mm.
A voice could be your mother, could be your partner, could be a poet, could be an artist, could be a writer. You might be reading a book, and from there you listen and you hear someone telling you that it's okay to just be yourself and okay to fail.
Mm.
We still love you, and you are still deserving of all the love and respect.
Well, I think something that you just said here, oh my God, I can relate. That's another podcast. And I think it's a very good idea. What are the voices, the poems, or the inspirations that pulled you through? I would love to hear that. But we don't have to, because that opens up a whole new thing,
Yeah.
right? But it's a very good... Oh, hi, Esther. Do you know how to sing? No.
We are planning though. I mean, Esther has an idea. I mean, she's saying no,
I can sing,
But
but I'm not trained.
she has an amazing ear for any nuances, and her qualities. I'm not saying because she's my loving partner. I'm saying this because I sometimes get surprised because as a guitarist, as a singer myself, I see sometimes in the kitchen probably she's singing very intricate melodies of an orchestra or probably a jazz music or something, very intricate lines, and while he's playing in the background and she's like da 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 da, and she's doing it. And I sometimes like, oh my God, I need that gift in my life because it's very important. It's part of ear training. So yeah, if you say you're not a good singer or it's just a matter of confidence, but I think if you sing loud, you would be better than anyone else because you have such good sense of pitch and harmony, and at the same time the melody line, your memory. So
well, I guess we'll never know.
yeah, positive. That's positive voice in your life.
It is. Okay,
who's
good.
telling
Yeah,
you to
you're
sing?
absolutely right. No. We are actually planning to do something. Well, I actually wanted to do something together where I sing in English and he sings in Bangla, but we are going to actually write the song and do
But
that.
it would have a message.
Yes.
What was the message about? It was
I-
a quote from F. Scott Fitzgerald.
It was a quote that, you know, when you having the courage to be alive, and if you're not having the life that you want to have the courage to change it. So it's sort of this idea that you can be in control of your own life, and I mean it was sort of.
And it's never too late.
It's never too late. It doesn't matter how old you are. Just,
Like it. I mean, I think everything falls in place. Like it's almost like resonating with Rocky's message.
Yeah. Yeah.
That when you have a realization, and it's a process, it doesn't happen like an epiphany. Suddenly one night you have a dream and you're like, I have a dream.
Yeah.
So it's not about that.
No.
Yeah. And I couldn't sleep last night because I had so many dreams.
But
and it kept me awake.
God. Let's talk about dreams.
Okay, no. We can. It's an important thing. I'm not going into the Freudian thing, but Charlie says something. That's why it's important to say the one you love, you love them. My princess, my
wifey,
etc.
You never know if those few free words could be the one you love could not. Yeah.
I'm going to read it aloud, not to myself. So you never know if those few free words could be the one your loved one could need
at that exact precise time.
At that
it's
exact
true.
precise
it's true.
time.
I mean, that happens. But I guess it's also a key part.
Very nice, Charlie. Thank you. Beautiful message.
Really nicely said, because what also when you are with a good partner, then you also start to get a feel for it. But sometimes I'll just check with you, like, hey, is everything okay? And you're like, actually. Things are not really okay. It's very
and
true.
Also to be patient with the person and to see where they're and try to understand. But having said that, there's definitely a limit, because as Rocky was saying, that he learned that you need to love yourself, and most people don't know how to love yourself. And this is one of the most important things that most people don't even realize sometimes. Okay, amazing thing happened. My auntie from Dhaka, Bangladesh, Rina Latif, she has sent the message, the comment, I see love, love, love. Rina auntie, I'd love to speak to you. We both would love to. If you can call us through WhatsApp, that'd be great.
Esther
the number is
very intelligent and beautiful. Hey, you hear that? I got it from your auntie.
No, you got it from Tanzania. My auntie might say the same thing. She might.
Thank you.
Next message. Yeah. Esther is not having her glasses, by the way. That's why.
Where's my glasses? I don't wear glasses. What are you talking?
No, because you're mixing up. No,
I got very excited. That's all. That's very sweet.
No, that's true.
Very embarrassing.
Someone used to write a message where they say Ershad is very something, good things. Yeah.
This is mostly your family who are seeing me for the first time, probably.
Tanzila is from Toronto. Yeah, she was part of my audience family.
Yeah.
And every people that over time has inspired me to do good through on my radio shows, television shows, and they had been part of my audience. They're definitely my family too.
Nice.
And Tanzila, so definitely you're my family. She's from Toronto, by the way, in Canada.
Awesome.
So we have Canada, Austin, Texas, Belgium. We have Dhaka. We have London. Yeah. Who else?
Nice.
But going back to the topic where I was.
Sorry.
So I said during the time when you have these negative voices, it's very important to have that comforting voice.
Yeah.
So even when you say it's very important to have a partner who definitely that can be a partner, but what about the people who don't have a partner, who are single? So that's when it could be a friend.
Yeah.
as I was saying, it could be a poet. When you're reading a book, you might find your consolation or your solace in a book, and probably in a poetry or any one of your favorite writers. They might have this message for you, and where you suddenly have this wake-up call, and you feel, yeah, there's someone who's saying that you are deserving of all the respect, all the love, all the adoration, irrespective of your achievements or what you are. Because most of the time the problem is that, I mean, I have heard it a million times, because I can share a story. When I was in my primary school, like in the 5th grade, 4th grade, so I was I used to, I'm feeling very embarrassed because it's about me a little bit. So I used to stand first in the class, but there was a girl who was a very hard competitor, and so every now and then on the not the finals, but here and there, the monthly, the quarterly exams, she would left me behind. She would be the first, I would be the second. And during that time, my life would be miserable, because the teacher I had, he would say, okay, now it's your time. You don't deserve to be a man, and these, that, lot of things.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, very sexist.
When you're 5 years old, you're told you don't deserve to be a man.
Exactly. So I felt those were the hardest time of my life, and I used to get so scared. Oh my God, I cannot be second. I have to be the first all the time.
This poor girl.
But she had become my enemy. I would stop talking to her because this is the negative voice that had told me that she's your enemy, because she's the one who's stopping me from being a man. So I had to, but growing up, funnily enough, I met her in my college. She was still that brilliant student she was, and we went to the same college, and I was thinking, would she talk to me? I was so nasty towards her. Would she talk to me? Finally, we became friends.
Wow.
And we talked for many years. We're still in touch. It's so funny, and we used to laugh about the stories. But
and are you a man?
I'm going down. Going down.
Stop.
Because
I just think to say that to a 5-year-old is one of the most cruelest things. Mind you, in this day and age, it's like, it's so confusing anyway what's being said.
Tanzila Labuno, she's very curious about you, and she said, please tell us more about you.
Oh, God.
Well, yeah, Esther, as you can see, is this beautiful lady, and she, at the age of 12, she was an aspiring ballet dancer, and she dances too very well, very nicely. She's a very good swimmer. She can play piano. She's a very good melody singer. She's an artist. She's a photographer. And yeah, a love of my life.
Oh.
An amazing person. Very positive. A very good listener, which is very important. So anytime, I mean, we talk about these things, and this is the platform where I felt that we should come together, because she's a very good listener at times when I'm sharing certain things. And I learned this because I practice this myself, to trying to be a good listener myself. But whenever I talk to her, I know that she wants to say something and she doesn't get a word in edgewise, as is happening now as well. But as you can see, she's a good listener. She's just quiet. Ershad, let him finish. I won't say anything, even though I want to. Okay, you go ahead.
No, I actually wasn't, but thank you. I mean, I guess the most important part is that I'm fascinated by other people. I love dealing with people, because there's something beautiful, amazing, and special about every single person, and it doesn't matter who they are. Maybe they just haven't seen that yet. Since I was young, and I think this is very much to do with the upbringing of my parents, but also my grandmother specifically, Nina, which is also Charlie's grandmother, in fact. And she got me to see the beauty in everything, and the philosophical aspect of everything. And from my diaries from when I was 5 years old, it says, tomorrow it's going to be a great day. Tomorrow is going to be a good day. And there's this sort of unkillable positivity that I got from her, and from my mom and my dad as well. So I'm really, really fortunate in having had an amazing life, and finding you at the exact right time. I could have missed you by a day or two, and I think
they say really, when you're ready, that's when you find that person that you're looking for.
Yeah, and we really
Goes for me too.
Yeah, it was really, that's really it, really. And yeah, I am. I'm an artist, but I'm really in sort of the creative design. I do a lot of all the edits of the shows that you see. I do graphic design. I do painting, illustration, photography. I've done a lot of photography. I've taken about 100,000 photographs or something like that. But yeah, this show gives you actually a way to communicate. And
But
I'm
very
really
good
excited.
message. What she was saying, that every one of you have some kind of uniqueness. So every time you have this negative voice saying that you are not worthy of it, you're not capable of it, then have that story, the positive story, reminding yourself that there is something probably still or yet to be discovered, and you don't know about it, but you have some kind of uniqueness and some beauty in yourself.
And also recognize that negativity, I don't believe that's you. It came from somewhere and it's stuck with you and it's affected you, but it isn't you. Now, it's easy to say that to another person because when you're in it, that's the last thing you want to hear often. But that's why it's so important to talk about it, so you can get back out of that situation and pull yourself through. And we've both done that for a lot of our lives, and I think that's why, I'm very lucky that I met you when I did. So.
Oh, Tanzila, such a lovely message. Thank you, Esther. Thank you, Ershad, sharing your views about Esther. You are very lucky to have a multi-talented woman in your life.
Yeah. Thank you very much. So can we stop talking about me, please?
Yeah, talk about me. No.
Ershad's amazing.
No,
He's amazing.
please.
We want you to sing. Ershad. Ershad. Sing. Don't sing again. Sorry. We're still live. What are you going to sing for us today?
Okay, if you're insisting, just a couple of lines. One of my favorite songs by Hemant Shukla. It was tuned by Manna De. Amazing song. Tikana Na Rekhe. As you can see, I've been talking all along and didn't give her a chance to talk or have the floor, so I lost my voice, but I'll try. It's alright.
Okay.
Just 2 lines. ঠিকানা না রেখে ভালোই করেছ বন্ধু, ঠিকানা না রেখে ভালোই করেছ বন্ধু, না আসার কোনো কারণ সাজাতে হবে না তোমায়, বানানো কাহিনী শোনাতে হবে না, কথা দিয়ে না রাখা ঠিকানা না রেখে ভালোই করেছ বন্ধু. Thank you. To start with, I went so high. I don't know if any mistakes happen, please forgive me.
Very nice.
Yeah, because without any cue, just suddenly out of nowhere, because I'm talking like, hey, welcome to knowing who you are. And then you're singing Tikana Nareke. So that's really hard. So anyway, people who are singers among us, they would understand. But yeah, I tried because everyone's been requesting. So I thought, okay, I'll take the risk and put myself on the line.
Yeah. Well, I think it's also, since we're sort of nearing the end, it's a nice way to end it off. Since, I've been telling people like,
No, it's really great to have people that I know this community would grow, keep on growing. All these amazing, positive, talented people, every one of them. Like Tanzila is a singer herself. She's a presenter herself. She presents a show, a regular show. She presents on Relax Radio. She had done that. Sorry, I was saying Relax with.
Yeah.
Because that was a show. But she was one of the listeners there, a regular contributor on that show. Relax with Ershad I used to do.
Great.
But she's a presenter herself and she's such a good singer.
Great.
And Russell Hawk. Hello, Russell Hawk. Great to see you, Russell Hawk. Where are you calling from? If you could write on the message, or you can also give us a call. As you see, the number is there. We are talking about negative voices today. If you haven't watched it so far, or you just joined in, and we're talking about what kind of negative voices that stops us from doing something positive in our lives, or sometimes stop us from doing the things that we are capable of. Wow, thank you, Ershad, for singing a beautiful song for us. Now is Esther's turn.
No,
Well, as she
no.
said, she can sing the melody for you.
No,
Yeah.
no.
No,
It would not be. I would not do it. No,
no,
up
it's
to
not right. I
me.
mean, if you're not into something or something that you
Yeah.
don't regularly do,
Yeah.
probably I would have asked you to do a painting or probably do some photography. But
Well, I could have done the whole dramatizing of the
yeah.
song afterwards.
Well, she can copy Bangladeshi dancing, by the way, which she
Yes,
had
I
done from
can.
my mom. And
Oh,
I
God.
don't know where she picked up those moves from, but she had done
TikTok.
it. TikTok. Okay. Yeah. Apparently, she has a TikTok account, so she learns all her Bangladeshi moves from there because we have a lot of popular celebrities there in
absolutely.
TikTok.
Very,
TikTok
very much
celebrities.
so.
So yeah, I think we have people joining in.
Oh
I
my
mean,
God,
it's
it's
so
so funny.
hard.
Every time
We
we should
decide,
end it
we
off.
should end.
Oh no.
So anyone who'd like to leave a positive message today, what you have learned, what's your takeaway from the show, from this live stream? Because we have new episodes coming up.
Yeah.
I mean, which we keep on uploading on Knowing Who You Are on YouTube. I would request everyone to subscribe to that. It's Knowing Who You Are. How you can see that it's written on Facebook together, and Ershad Alamgir, you'll find that if you search for it. And on my wall as well, there are a lot of videos already I've posted from YouTube, and it's on Spotify, Apple.
Yeah.
You can download them to listen to them on the go.
Yeah.
So a lot of new episodes coming up. So if you support us like that, so it would be easier for us to get even different fields, people from different fields, experts, and they can shed more light on the things that we're going to talk about and learn from.
Yeah,
Esther was saying.
No, we just also just to follow on that, we like your ideas. Like, what are good topics? Like, for example, someone commented today, well, that would be really good, you know, a whole other podcast, you know, on the subject of who is your inspiration in that darkest hour? Who was your one person or that one line? Interestingly enough, because I do painting, I do personalized canvases, and they're actually painted with quotes from people because, you know, I mean, I'm an avid quote collector. People collect their favorite quotes. And there's one I will actually give from an Australian poet from 1772, and it's called Froth and Bubble. Life is only froth and bubble, but two things stand in stone: kindness in another's trouble and courage in your own. Wow. And I think that is very much in alignment with this. And so, yeah, quotes, favorite quotes, who are your inspirations? It could be another episode, but you know.
Yeah, where can they find you?
They can find me on Esther _ Epic Imaginations Limited. Yeah. Epic Imaginations is my company. And yeah, that's what I do. Yeah.
And Sarah said, wow, beautiful quote.
Yeah.
Sarah is still there. It's amazing.
There.
Well, you should be.
My cousins are still there too.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
We're having a cousin get together.
Yeah, we have a cousin get together, family get together.
Wonderful.
It's amazing.
I
mean, because
friends.
every one of us, I want everyone to be part of this Knowing Who You Are family.
Yeah.
So anytime we are in trouble, God forbid, coming forward or going forward, if you face anything like that, what we had been through during the pandemic, because it was really, in my lifetime, I haven't been through anything like that. No. So it was a new thing. So I'm part of that history now.
Yeah, I mean, all of us was a whole new thing.
Yeah, I think this is what Rocky was asking, that what do you have learned, or what kind of reflection or wake-up call you had. And I realized the importance of bonding more.
Very true.
Because being the musician or the artist, or there are many other things that I'm interested on, and I was more into myself, doing my things, because you need time for yourself. You need to spend like 2-3 hours just practicing guitar or singing or doing this. Whatever I'm doing, I was a sportsman as well. So everything you need to do, spend a lot of time with yourself.
Yeah.
But I realized at some point in my life that it's important to be available for people around you. Sometimes we have to learn to say no to certain things, but there are times when people need you too. Like we need other people as well when we go through some hard time.
Yeah.
And this virtual world because all these people, we can hear their voice, they exist. It's
Yeah,
not about
it's
just a
great.
like
No,
or a
it's
love.
great. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
And beautiful comments also that are.
Raz, Hassan, both looks very lovely. Enjoying your show. Keep it up. Oh,
Thank
Raz.
you.
Raz, I think you're in London, and if you're not busy at work or doing anything that would prevent you from calling,
Or
pick
if
up
you're
your
busy
phone.
or you're at work, call anyway.
Yeah, as well.
Sorry.
You can, no, that's true. Yeah, because if you're enjoying the show, that really motivates us. And
Yeah.
also, your message motivates someone else.
It could help someone.
Yeah, to share the story.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we learn from everyone, to be honest.
It was a great day today.
It was a great
I'm
day.
excited
Amazing.
about next week. I want to do another one. It's going to be good.
I feel like, because when I used to do Relax with Ershad, I used to do 5 nights a week.
Oh my God.
Every day I was pumped because I would go out just
I
to
can
do that
imagine.
show from 10 to midnight.
Wow.
So amazing. Oh, wow. Such lovely messages. Let me read that. Syra has his message. I think this is rather healing, sharing knowledge and experience. True. Thank you for getting us all together. We are in a time where we don't talk or spend more time with people. We are hooked to the virtual world. True. And forget to get in touch with real people. So yes, thank you so much.
So nice.
Nice to see after a long time, Russell Hawk.
Yeah.
Syra, thank you.
Yeah, thank
Amazing
you.
message.
Beautiful.
And that's true. And this is what, as I was saying, that at some point in my life, I realized anytime I was in trouble, I found a lot of people around me. But they would forgive me every time because they know that I need the time for myself to do the things that I do. And I had taken it for granted. But then I realized, even if they're not saying, what am I giving them in return? So then I started slowly and coming out of that shell. Yeah, definitely it had made some dent in my own time. Say, if I was practicing 2 hours for my voice, probably I had to reduce down to 1 hour. But the pleasure I had got, say when someone called me that they needed me and it's an emergency and I could be of someone's help, being service to someone else. That's a privilege that someone thinks that you're capable of helping them and they come to you. That's so important. So making yourself available, being in service to others, that's very important.
And I think everyone that called in today and gave their own message, again, reciprocated that because they themselves gave good advice, or, you know, it's amazing how it keeps going.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Because I'm learning, say,
Me
what
too.
Rocky brought today, because we're talking about mental health,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, a topic, men's health.
Yeah, who would have thought?
We don't talk
Such
about
a
this
good
one,
point.
right?
Yeah, I would have never thought of it.
I know about the emotional phases. You go in a month.
That never happens.
Yeah, it never happens. But what about me? What about my health? Now I'm gonna talk about too. So okay. So
thanks for bringing that up.
Raza said, well, many people went, and that's nothing to be secretive about.
No, it's not.
This
not
part
at
of
all.
life.
No, maybe we should have a whole discussion about what do you do in preparation.
Yeah,
for
definitely. I mean, it's an important thing, and I think
it is.
there's no hush-hush about this because that's what
it's women's health. It is
women's health, and also that's what makes you capable of being a mother.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things. How can you? I mean, people might say, "Oh no, you can't." Why?
No, that's not,
so that's what point. Men's health is all about. When Rocky brought this point, and that really, it's important. A light bulb moment for me. Suddenly, I feel that's true, and he has a group now.
Yeah.
He's doing such an amazing job, and just when you realize something, if you bring it out and share with others, that's an important message.
Thank you.
Raj is saying, Bhaiya, I'm at work right now. Definitely, I'll call another day. Nice to see you, lovely couple. Love you.
Nice.
Love you too, Raj. It's amazing.
Next Monday, 6 o'clock, we'll be on again.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully all the technical glitches won't be there.
We'll just start earlier.
We'll start working on it earlier. So, but we're here. I can't complain. Yeah, so you start your makeup at 4.
Oh.
Well, if it takes 1.5 hours.
They're all telling me that I'm lovely. I don't need 2 hours for makeup.
Well, it probably does makeup.
Okay,
I'm not gonna have dinner tonight, probably. No. Don't do that. Oh my god, my hair. No, anyways.
That took 3 hours to do.
Yeah. Okay, so on that note, on that very positive note, okay, earlier the better for us moms who are doing the bedtime routine.
Yeah, okay, good to know. We'll take it
Okay,
into
yeah.
account, yes.
So we'll be finishing in news, but 6 o'clock at the moment, that's the time. So 6 to 8 probably definitely. And I'll try to definitely bring it on because before 6 is hard for work and other commitments we have.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, 6 to 8 every Monday live stream, but at the same time, every Tuesday, we have new episodes of Knowing Who You Are that's uploaded on YouTube on the channel Knowing Who You Are. So you can go find it, subscribe, and there are a lot of new episodes there. We are also on Spotify, on Apple Podcast, and also on Amazon Music, so you can find us there.
And those are the interviews that we're doing with professionals that we're raising the same questions, but we're doing a full dedicated hour show to those.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that you see
So
on
it's
Tuesday.
like proper questions directed to them.
Yeah.
So based on their field of expertise, and they can shed light on that. So it'll be really useful for people who are interested in that kind of a conversation.
Yeah.
And so Tanzila already know we are leaving. So have a wonderful time. You too, Tanzila, Syra, Charlie, Marie, Russell, Raz, and Anwar Sadi.
Yeah.
And who else do we have? I think I mentioned everyone probably.
Yeah.
And yeah.
We have everybody
I'm
scrolling.
trying
We're
to
just
find
scrolling through
everyone.
the
Okay,
messages.
Shomurda,
Yeah.
Simon Ahmed, Ariful Haq,
Yeah.
everyone.
Lucky.
Ariful Haq. I mean, I think Ariful Haq is the guy. He was a young guy. I mean, who grew up with another guy in the condo I mentioned about.
Okay,
and
awesome.
Rocky, especially.
Yes.
Such lovely message from Rocky.
Yeah, thank you.
And that's his first time calling to any live show, but amazing contribution.
Good job.
We learned so much from your brother
Yeah.
as well. So on that note, we'd like to finish today's show, and everyone have a great time and see you next time again next Monday at 6 o'clock.
Yes. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next week.